Hello, happy Tuesday, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Valentine's Day so far. I am decked out. I got my pink sweater on. I got my little heart shirt on. My chiropractor was like, you look ready for the holiday. And I'm like, heck yeah, I am. It's the one day of year that I feel very good wearing my heart shirt, though I should wear it every day. I love it. So I want to know, are you watching this live? Or are you watching this replay? We're going to get started in a minute. We're going to have a couple housekeeping things. But today's topic is all about why am I feeling hungry all the time? We hear this a lot from new clients and clients that just start working with us. And this is one of the first things that we tackle with them when they join NWE. And this is something that works right in lockstep with our upcoming masterclass that's happening next Friday, the secret macronutrient for weight loss. It is protein. We are talking all about protein. It is a deep dive in it. So in our housekeeping, I want to remind you that you can join right now. It is $50 to join the masterclass. It's happening next Friday at noon. It's going to be about 45 minutes to an hour or so. It will be recorded. So if you are like, oh man, I'm busy, I'm out of town or whatever it is, you will be able to go back and watch it. So if you can't make it live, don't worry. I will drop the link in here in the comments after the video is done so that you can join the masterclass happening next Friday, recorded, all about protein. I'm going to drop that link below. The other thing that I wanted to remind you of, our intern Cassie has a project that she's doing for school. We would love for you to be a part of it. You've probably seen it inside of the group. I'll also drop the link for that as well in the comments. She is looking for people to sign up to do a 3-part kind of like assessment and intervention as far as like teaching wise with you, and then do a post test. She is a grad student. She's also going to be a registered dietitian. So if you're interested in helping her out with that, I will leave that also in the comments below. We need more people to sign up to be a part of this kind of scientific study for her to be able to present her research on her community health improvement project. And NWE has been fortunate enough for Cassie to choose us as her community health project participants. So we really hope that you guys can join us with that too. Like I said, I'll be dropping the link to that in the comments below after the live video is done. So that link, as well as our protein masterclass, is happening next Friday at noon. All of our one-on-one clients are getting it already as part of our one-on-one program. It includes all of our additional masterclasses and programs. So let's get to the meat of the live today. It looks like Kimberly's here, Ashley's here, Sandra's here. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us. So we are talking, why am I feeling hungry all the time? If you were to say, or if I were to say, you're going to go on a diet, your first instinct is probably going to be, I need to eat less, or I should eat less and keep eating less, which is the problem with so many diets out there. Our first instinct is to cut back our intake again and again and again. And it gets to be a point where we can't go any lower. There's not any less that we can eat, and that we're feeling like we're starving all the time. Our entire goal inside of NWE, if your goal is weight loss, is to be able to get you to eat the most amount of food and still, be in a deficit. You want to make sure that you can eat and have the foods that you love and incorporate them and feel full while still being in a deficit. Inherently, while you are in a deficit, meaning you are taking in more calories than you are burning, you probably will have hunger signs and symptoms, but that is a good thing. If you're in a decent deficit and not in one that is too big, that means that your body is making the hormones to tell you when you are hungry and full. If you're only eating 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 calories a day, you are not going to be eating enough. No adult needs only that much. You are a very active person. Even if you sit at a desk, you typing away at your computer, using your mouse, drinking your water, utilizes energy. It raises your internal temperature, which makes you burn more energy and burn more calories. So the common understanding when we're trying to lose weight or take care of ourselves is that I need to eat less. This is not the case, people. Not the case. This is only going to trigger more hunger and more cravings. And for many people, you probably already have cravings if you're on a diet because you're telling yourself you can't have some of your favorite things. I'm sitting here looking at the little basket that I made Joe for Valentine's Day. Your diet is probably telling you you can't have Sour Patch Kids, you can't have Swedish Fish, you can't have chocolates, and you can't have Kit Kats. Now, if we're able to incorporate more of that stuff, it's going to be a whole lot easier to understand and utilize, but that is a topic for another day and a completely another program inside of NWE. So knowing that when we're eating less and we're not getting enough in, we are going to feel hungry all the time, which is probably why you're feeling this way. You're not eating enough. You're feeling that constantly hungry or the cravings that go along with it too. We are conditioned by diet culture and diet industry out there to think that less is best. That is not the case. Another issue that many people have with why they're feeling hungry all the time is because we're going too long in between meals. We should be eating every 3 to 4 hours. So if you're having your lunch at 11, you probably are going to need a snack by 2, 3 o'clock. You don't really want to be going from 11 a.m. Lunch to having dinner at 7 o'clock, 8 hours later, and you are starving and going in and overeating at that point. So you're probably also feeling hungry because you're not eating meals regularly or going in between too long. And the other thing too to remember is that we're not meant to live off of minimal calories. So I've kind of beat this one with a dead horse here, but it's very important to remember that we need to make sure that we are nourishing our bodies. You're giving your body what you need rather than saying that I can't have that or I can't have this or whatever it is. So understand that you have to take care of you is that priority and making sure you're getting enough in. Now, why am I always hungry? Most likely you're not getting enough of one of these 3 things or all 3 of these. We know one of them is protein that we're deep diving that into in the masterclass that's happening next Friday. Protein is so important for weight loss. Protein is what keeps you fuller for longer. Protein is very complex for our bodies. It takes time to break down and utilize. It slows down gastric emptying, meaning slows down the time that it takes to get stuff out of your stomach and going into your small intestine, large intestine, and then out. So we need to make sure we are getting enough protein in. This is one nutrient that most people are not getting enough of. You're probably not getting enough protein. No, you don't need to be eating 200 grams of protein a day, but we do need to make sure that you're getting enough with each meal and snack to keep your fullness levels stable. That's going to be one of the reasons why you are always hungry is if you're not getting enough protein in. Number 2, fiber. Fiber is another big reason why you might be feeling always hungry. There are 2 different types of fiber. The soluble fiber is the one that creates that gel-like substance in your stomach that keeps you fuller for longer. Women need about 25 grams of fiber a day. If we're not getting enough fiber in, we're also emptying our stomachs a heck of a lot faster and feeling hungry too. So if we can have more of that soluble fiber, think things that expand in water, chia seeds, oatmeal, bread products, wheat, stuff like that. That's going to give you soluble fiber that sticks with you for longer, keeps you fuller for longer, keeps your hunger at a normal pace as well as the cravings too. And lastly, fat. We need to stop fearing fat and know that it has to be part of our diet and our routine. No, we do not want all of our intake to come from fat or even 50% of our intake coming from fat. If we're looking at the distribution with our calories, it should be about 25 to 35% of our overall intake coming from fat. So if we can have more fat or heart healthy fats, those better for you fats that come from some of the plant products, seeds, nuts, oils, fat helps to fill you up faster and protein keeps you full. So when we have both of these in fiber in our systems and in the foods that we are eating, you're going to feel fuller for longer, you're going to be more satisfied, you're going to have less cravings, you're going to have better blood sugar control, and you're finally going to be feeling good. So we need to ask ourselves and take that critical look and have that awareness of, am I getting protein, fat, and fiber in my diet? What are my sources that I'm getting them in? Am I getting them in adequate amounts to the point that makes a difference? Because if we're constantly just having carbs all day long, or if we're having minimal amounts of protein, you're going to be really hungry. If you're trying to eat the minimal amount of food, you're probably not getting in all of the other stuff that you need in order to keep you full and satisfied. So start taking a look and say, with these meals, am I having a source of heart healthy fats? Am I cooking with good oils like olive oil or vegetable oil, avocado oil? Am I adding nuts or seeds to something? Am I making sure that I'm getting some of those good fats from other fruits and vegetables that I'm having? Can I also get some of those good heart healthy fats from the whole grains that I'm having? You know, quinoa has some really good heart healthy fats in it. Same thing too with farro and lentils, all of the stuff that we can incorporate into our diets and our routine. So why are you always hungry? You're probably not eating some of the nutrients that we are most efficient in, like protein, like fiber, like those good heart healthy fats. So let's start to take a look at those things rather than saying, well, I just need to power through it and just not eat when I'm hungry. That's not the case. If your body's asking you for food, you need to nourish it. You need to give your body that food. It's not a time to say, oh, I can't have that, I can't have that. Because once we're able to control our hunger and our fullness, eat to when we feel satisfied and make sure that everything's in balance, your goals will happen. It takes time to make these changes, but quitting is not going to make you get there any faster. So Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are going to be joining us for the masterclass, and I surely hope you do, I'll drop that link down in the comments. Remember, it is all about protein, the secret macronutrient for weight loss. If you want to help out with Cassie's intern project, you'll just have to do a pre-test, and then what you will do is fill out or attend her like 3 training seminars. I'll drop that also down in the comments below. If you're interested in joining us inside of our one-on-one nutrition coaching program, we do have spots available with Coach Emily and Coach Sarah, and we cannot wait for you to be a part of our team. I can also share that link down in the comments below too. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Have a happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you next week.